Hi everybody, it's Cathryn from In the Pink Designs. My project today is for Father's Day. It's a tackle box gift box. It's pretty large, this actual die here, so I couldn't do one that opens up this way without 12 by 12 paper, and I know a lot of people have just the 8.5 by 11. So that's what I wanted to do, so it opens on the side like that. It measures 5.5 by 4 by 1 1/4. And I'm using the Gone Fishing stamp set and die set. Remember to put the bundle number in your cart and you'll get 10% off for buying them together. Okay? All right, so in here I have some of my husband's Father's Day things. A bottle of Jameson whiskey, which he's German, but he likes different whiskeys occasionally, but he likes Jameson. And I made these for a couple of men in the family who, whenever they get together, which is usually every few months, they have a cigar together. And this is one of the, I call them stubbies, but my husband said that's not the correct name, but it's a little short cigar. They usually have a full one, but this is the one that fits in my box, so that's the ones we got. But you could put other things in there. Fishing lures and stuff like that, or just candy that they like. So what we need for this project is a piece of Boho blue cardstock, 11 by 8 1/4. So we're just taking 1/4 inch off the short side. We need some basic white for stamping. Okay, I cut this piece out of Smokey Slate cardstock right from the dies. And I'm using the Let's Go Fishing DSP. We need 2 pieces that are 5 by 3 3/4, 2 pieces that are 1 by 5, and 2 pieces that are 1 by 3 3/4. I also cut this piece here using the same die. Let's see. Let me just do it with this, because this die, it's the other way, so you can't see it. But when I cut the die out, the hinges are here and the little latch is there, and I cut one of the pieces of the DSP to fit right in the upper left corner. All right, so I just cut a little piece about that and taped the die onto it and just cut that out. All right, then we need a whole bunch of little things. I cut this here. I think this is a sinker. I did go fishing with my dad and my husband a few times and some uncles. So I think that's a sinker. And these little ones, oops, not that one. These little ones are the weights. And I cut them out of silver foil paper. And then we only need, I don't know why I have 5 here. We only need 2 of the little hooks, which I cut from Smokey Slate. You could do them out of the silver foil also if you wanted to. All right, and then all the lures here we stamp. All right, so let me get my Simply Scored, and we are going to start on the 11-inch side. And we are going to score at 1 1/4, 5 1/4, 6 1/2, and 10 1/2. Then we're going to turn it to the 8 1/4 inch side, and we're going to score at 1/2, oops, 1 3/4, and 7. And now I'm going to fold and burnish all of the score lines. All right, so I have the skinniest rectangles on the left and on the top, and there is a 1 1/4 inch strip on the bottom. All right, and this is what we're going to be doing. Alright, so I'm going to start on the left hand side. I'm going to go to the first score line, cut it to the first score line, and wedge up into the rectangle above it, the skinny rectangle, sorry. Go to the next score line, cut it to the first score line, next score line, cut it to the first score line, and wedge each side of the square. And you're going to go to the next score line, cut it to the first score line, and wedge each side of the square. Now the skinny rectangle is on the right and on the bottom. And we're going to start over here on the left. We're going to go to the first score line, cut it to the second score line, get rid of this bottom rectangle, and wedge each side of the square. Okay, then we're going to go to the next score line, cut it to the second score line, next score line, cut it to the second score line, take off that rectangle on the bottom, and wedge each side of the square. Okay, now we're going to take 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 3 rectangles and a little square. We're going to take them off. I'm going to take off the score line with it so it's a nice edge there. Okay. All right. So now we're going to turn it right side up. And I'm going to get a corner rounder and I'm going to round both corners of this top piece that has the skinny rectangle on it. This one is a 1/2 inch, I think, but you could use any one. And that's what your cardstock should look like after you're done scoring, cutting, and rounding these 2 corners here. All right, I'm going to get my Simply Tear tape, and I'm going to put it on what's left of that side skinny rectangle right next to the score line. I'm going to take your pick tool and get the backing off. All right, I'm going to turn it to this is the inside of the box now. Flip over the side with the tape and flip over the other side to meet it. All right, now this is our top here. Okay, so our seam is right here, so that's the back. I'm going to get some liquid glue, and I'm going to just put a little dot on each of these tabs. Pull in the back, and then I'm going to put glue on the back of this front flap here. And then just make sure that your sides are nice and straight together here. All right, and then just make sure, if you open it, that the inside flaps go down. All right, now we need some DSP. And I chose the slats to go from left to right on this DSP. Alrighty, the only time I did it the other way was in the short side so that it would line up with the left to right. Alright, but you could do it any way you want. If you have scraps, that's what you use. Alright, so the 2 pieces that are 5 by 3 3/4 on the front and the back. Long sides are 1 by 5, short sides are 1 by 3 3/4, and I'm going to put liquid glue on the backs. Okay, now I'm just going to take a small circle punch and just take a little piece of a circle out of this back here so that when we put it in there, it's much easier to open. All right, so we'll let that dry and we're going to do some stamping. All right. All right. So first, let's do this piece here that I cut out of this piece of the die up there. And I'm going to use Tuxedo Black Ink, and I'm going to stamp from the stamp set, Gone Fishing, Happy Father's Day. I'm going to put it a little towards the top because I'm going to put one of the hooks underneath. There we go. All right. Then we're going to do, let's do these first. They look like little fish, and I'm going to use Old Olive and Smokey Slate for them. First, I'm going to do the outline with Smokey Slate. Do 2 of those. We need the Smokey Slate again. And then I'm going to do the fish part. Turn it to the side. And I'm just going to try to match up where the mouth is. That one wasn't too good. I'll do another one. That one wasn't too good. Maybe I'll do this first. Yeah, that's better. And then I'll use the Smokey Slate for the outline. I probably will be able to get it better that way. Great. That's the best way to do it, is do the green, the darker part first, and then do the outline, because you can get that eye right where it belongs. All right, so not these. We're going to use those. All right, and then next we'll do the Smokey Slate with the red for the bobber. Here it is. We'll do the outline with Smokey Slate. Oh, I need Smokey Slate for something else too. All right, and then we'll use real red for the bottom part. Good. All right, and then Smokey Slate again for the outline of these yellow ones. And we're going to do 2 of these also. And I'll tell you, I remember from being a kid, my father was not OCD. And this looks kind of like an OCD tackle box because there would be string, fishing line all through there. This is a very neat person's tackle box. All right. And then for the inside, we're going to use Daffodil Delight. Good. Good. Okay, and there are matching dies for all of these, so I'm going to cut them out, and I'll be right back. Okay. So now I have 2 of those, and 1 bobber. And then I have all these little pieces. We only need 2 of the hooks. When I did this one, I used my silicone mat, but I brought it up to wash it off and I forgot. So I'm going to try just to do it with glue. I don't want to put it on too thick, but I definitely want all of it to stick. And remember to put the hinges at the top. So I have my opening over on the right. So I have my hinges on the top. Oops. There we go. And then I'm just going to try to get up anything. That's what is good about using a sponge in your silicone mat, because you really don't get any. But I didn't do a bad job. All right, so now that's all on. And what I'm gonna do is glue the fish hooks first. There we go. And these are really tedious, but I like them. These you could do with the adhesive paper. All right, so I'm going to put one. Where's my little, here it is. One right down here below the Happy Father's Day. There we go. Okay. And then one up in this corner here. Okay. And then the sinkers, I'm going to put two right here and one right down there. I think I'm going to try to use the other side of my Take Your Pick tool for these. All right. I'll just put a little bit of glue. That was too much. Okay. And then I'm just going to try it with my fingers here. I'll put the other one right next to it at the top of this middle top square. There we go. And then this one down here. All right. And that's it for the gluing. So I'm going to take my Happy Father's Day and I'm going to put some dimensionals on that. Okay. And then I'm just going to pop it right in that square. Pop it up. You could stamp it right on there before you put the DSP on, but I wanted to pop it up a little bit. All right, and then I'm going to put the yellow ones like this and like this, and I'm just going to put dimensionals and mini dimensionals wherever they fit. Put a big one there, big one there, and on these I'll put a big one down by the mouth. And on this one, I'm just going to put one down here, and then I'm going to bring in my minis. And I'm going to put them as far up as I can. All right, and we'll start with these, and I'm going to put two in this upper box here. I'm just going to flip them around to different sides. Oh, I forgot this. I'll get that in a minute. All right, and then the fish, I'm going to put one here and one upside down this way. I'm going to put the bobber up here under those sinkers. And then I need more dimensionals. I forgot to put them on this one. I'm going to put a large one in the middle. And two small ones on the sides. This would be perfect for a card front too if you wanted to. And then I'll just put this in there diagonally. And that is it. Thank you so much for watching my channel. I appreciate the time you spend watching so much, especially those 100 or so that always watch no matter what. I appreciate you, and I appreciate the beautiful comments you leave me. Thank you so much. All of the directions are on my blog, and the measurements, that's linked below, along with my shop that has all of the Stampin' Up! Products. Please use this host code for June if you're going to spend under $150, not including tax and shipping. And please subscribe and hit the like button. And I will see you Friday. Have a great night. Bye.